Welcome to the Shreveport Connection. This is Tommy. This video is on your Extreme Rules pay-per-view results. And here we go. It's going to be two different reports by fans that was in the arena. The pre-show and the post-shows are available for replay viewing at youtube.com/WWE Fan Nation. The pre-show featured Cody Rhodes and his mustache versus The Miz. That many of us missed a good portion due to technical difficulties. Both shows included the Extreme Rules panel with host Renee Young, joined by Wade Barrett, Titus O'Neil, and WWE Hall of Famer Mick Foley. First report, by Nick Shields, who attended Sunday's Extreme Rules in St. Louis, Missouri, and sent the following report. He was in the 14th row from ringside, by far the best seats he's ever had at a pro wrestling event. The crowd was on fire as soon as the pay-per-view started and didn't stop until it ended. Jericho versus Fandango was a very good match from his perspective, and Jericho got a great pop to start the show off. The crowd tried to start Fandangoing, but it never got too serious. The ending was great, and the crowd popped big with Jericho getting the victory. Dean Ambrose versus Kofi Kingston was a good but not great match. The male fans, as the reporter was cheering on the Shield all night, and the vocal male audience was loud when Ambrose got the victory. Sheamus versus Mark Henry didn't do much for the reporter, but the crowd ate it up, and it was good for what it was. When Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger came out for their little promo, it was just he just wanted it to get it over with. He never got into cheap heat, but he's the reporter of the diehard St. Louis Cardinals fan. Attended the game earlier in the day, and then when he was asked, said something about my beloved Cardinals. The crowd was loud with boos, and he was full force booing the Cardinal remark. Alberto Del Rio is not getting over with the crowd as much as he needs to be. The match was okay, and the first finish that had the crowd wondering what happened. Instant replay was a nice little touch, and I was glad once the match was over. Next matchup was the Shield versus Team Hell No. Was a very good, fast-paced match, and the vocal males and all the Daniel Bryan fans made it for a good atmosphere, just like the Dean Ambrose match. Once the Shield won, all the males were loud and vocal in their cheering. Randy Orton versus Big Show was a great match, and Orton easily got the biggest pop of the night in his hometown, St. Louis. Like a couple of websites said, it was good to see Orton more motivated than he usually was. When he hit the RKO's, I thought it was going to be a generic Orton ending, but when he backed up, the crowd went crazy, and the punt was awesome. A great match, and great reaction for the hometown boy. And you got John Cena versus Ryback, in the reporter's opinion, was a very good match. Cena always gets such an interesting reaction with very loud crowd cheers and very loud boos. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks chants were loud and very vocal throughout the whole match. The reporter had a Cena sucks shirt on, so he obviously was with the Cena sucks chant. The action was good throughout the ending. Was very good as well. The crowd tried to get a "This is awesome" chant going, but it died after not too long. Great violent match. I myself had seen that particular match. The Zeb Coulter, Jack Swagger, I was in and out. I was still cooking for my friends who came over to enjoy the pay-per-view with me. Ooh, it was great food. I tell you, I had like 3 helpings of it. By the way, it was grilled chicken on the George Foreman grill by my neighbor. It was across the street. And Stephen came over, Stephen Hardy, came over and he cooked steak, and I cooked what was it called? I tried to make some ice cream. My ice cream maker broke, and my neighbor went over to get hers, and hers also broke. So that was a bad luck on ice cream, and we had what else? Heck, I forgot. It's only been 24, not even 24 hours. Oh yeah, shaved ice and what do you call it? Snow cones. Okay. We also had all gratin potatoes, and I forgot to put in my onions. Well, I let everybody else flavor their own, so I had onions in my several bowls. Okay. All right. All right. They said, okay. Where was it? John Cena versus Ryback was a very good match. Interesting reaction, very loud cheers, boos. The crowd tried to get the chant going, and it died for not too long. Great violent match. I was in awe that when they went through the lights on the stage, that they just swang back like a curtain and went back in place. Was anybody else paying attention to that? That could have been the spot, but nobody paid attention. It's like in the Twins movie when they went to the bathroom and there was a beer on the wall, and when you came back, there was no beer on the wall. Okay. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H was a good main event. The crowd was kind of disappointed that Triple H didn't get an entrance, as he hit Brock from behind, threw him into the cage. The reporters section tried to get the Let's Go Lesnar. Chant, Let's Go Lesnar, Lesnar starts chant going, but it didn't pick up the scene. The crowd was well into the whole match, and the ending was played out well with Lesnar looking like a giant badass. Overall, it was a great event, and the second favorite ever, just being behind Raw 1000. The crowd was on fire the whole entire event, and it made for a great atmosphere. Hopefully, St. Louis gets WrestleMania in the future, with crowds consistently being great. And you can follow the reporter on Twitter in Shields419. Second report, courtesy of Jared Slater on the ProWrestling.net. Fan said Extreme Rules in St. Louis, Missouri, and sent the following report. He attended his second WWE event yesterday, and I believe got my money's worth. It was a hot show from the live crowd perspective, especially our little section high up in the third tier. I haven't went back and watched the pay-per-view yet, but I am hoping we got a nice sexual chocolate chant during the Mark Henry match. Anyway, it was a great show, well worth the $55 they spent for the pay-per-view. Cody Rhodes versus Miz, a throwaway match. Most of the action, even from a distance, was cookie cutter and pretty sloppy at times. I hope to at least see Damon Sandow, but no luck. I hope they push Cody past this and on to better. And they gave the match a 2 out of 5 stars. Chris Jericho versus Fandango. Great match. Jericho got the third biggest pop of the night. People tried starting up Fandango's song, but it just wouldn't take. Good match with enough high flying to make it exciting, but could have used a nice insert of Summer Rae interference to round it off. And they gave the match a 4 out of 5 stars. Kofi Kingston versus Dean Ambrose. Good match with a good amount of action. Ambrose was way over with the crowd, and he had the majority of the males on their feet at the end. Glad to see the belt transfer for the title. 4 out of 5 stars for the match. Mark Henry versus Sheamus was a good match, but you could tell from the first 2 minutes and there was something wrong. I didn't see the point of injury, but that match slowed to an absolute crawl. I think it had more potential than they were able to do with justice, but entertaining nonetheless. Sheamus got the fourth loudest pop of the night, and the reporter gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Alberto Del Rio versus Jack Swagger. There was a Sooners chant in the reporter section, but I doubt it went any further. The match was good action from both. But the false ending through the crowd, they absolutely popped when it was reversed, and the match continued. I was personally pulling for Swagger, but it was good nonetheless. The promo that Subculture was well done. Had parts of the crowd angry or cheering, and they gave the match 4 out of 5 stars. Team Friendship versus The Shield. Fast and chaotic. The correct ending. And I thought that we were going to see a nice torture act revive, but the combo was nice too, and end it. Brian was way over as well. Lots of yes chants. I call them orgasm chants. Glad to see the belt move and get some new blood and stories going. And they gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Randy Orton versus Big Show. The crowd absolutely ate up Orton. Loudest pop of the night. And he gave us a great showing. Why can't he be that motivated every week? It was a nice bit of Extreme Rules usage as well. But the kendo sticks were getting old real fast. Let's hope they move Orton onward and upward and to get a good story behind him soon. And that match earned 5 out of 5 stars. And as for your double main event, John Cena versus Ryback, first main event. The best match of the night by far, except Ryback can't throw a person over his shoulders correctly. The first table shot was a visible botch move, and the crowd noticed it. The rest of the match was great though. But they pissed everyone off by having the match end in a no contest. The crowd was mad at that point, but the ending was perfect to move along their story. As again they went through the lights on the stage, and you could actually tell that they had a swinging curtain there with lights or fake lights or whatever. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H, a good match that was made better with a vulnerable Lesnar. They should have had a buffer here between Cena and this because the crowd was so cathartic at the beginning. Also, the lack of Triple H's ring entrance was really noticeable and was probably the biggest contributor to the dead crowd. But we warmed up quick in a good match with the right ending, a brutal showing, and 4 out of 5 stars. All in all, a great pay-per-view. If it weren't for the fact that I was at Raw 1000 also, it would have been my favorite so far. Let's hope WWE does a good job Monday making things move forward. And that ends the results for the live fan report from Extreme Rules. Thanks again for viewing. Peace out.